Hi everyone, Kelt here. So we've been promised a Christmas card from Meghan and Harry. Will it be the usual black and white? Is it out already at the time of me making this video? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with this time. I've also heard that Meghan is having another child and that she's allegedly pregnant, but we know that it's probably someone else who's pregnant for her. It was said that she's using the fact that she's mostly going to be making audios and videos, or any videos will be showing her from the chest up, so we won't see any bump. This solves her problem of working out what size bump to wear, I guess. And this has now come from another source, so there's a good possibility that this is happening. It's also been said that a divorce is underway. I've said this about a year ago, but maybe it's stopped and started. That's the only explanation I can come up with. Because, as it was said to me, Meghan was desperate to hang on to Harry for as long as possible, and that there was a lot of stopping and starting divorce proceedings on Harry's part allegedly, and now it seems more likely that it will proceed through to absolution. Again, I don't know how true this is, but it's been put out there. Obviously, we won't hear anything until it's finalised. And if it goes the way that it has, whereby Meghan pulls Harry back like he's on a piece of elastic or bungee rope and manipulates him back into the marriage, it could go on for quite a while. However, I believe that the reference to Harry not being able to have his military titles and the actual words in the headlines were, Harry has been told to give up on his military titles. I think this was put out there to emphasise the fact to Harry that there is no getting around the loss of titles, that any idea that he has of getting them back while still with Meghan and living in another country is not going to happen. This resurgence in divorce talk is probably the result of the reality hitting Harry and being purposely put out there to show him that there is no way he can ever regain his beloved military titles unless he's a working royal. So maybe he is considering taking up the Queen's open door to him. He has until March to make this decision. My thoughts are this: Meghan would never want to let him go unless she really had something better to take his place. At the moment, I don't think that there is anything better on her horizon in her eyes. But if she thought that Harry was giving the impression to the Queen that he wanted to return as a working royal and was separating from Meghan, or going through the process of a divorce, but with obviously no intention of finalising it, Meghan would possibly allow this in order for Harry to have his military titles back. I don't know, that was just a thought that I had. The thing is, Harry will not be allowed back with military titles unless he's actually going to be in the UK and involved with the military. It seems that the Queen is desperate to have him back and has been all along. I think the military titles is the thing that she would tempt him with. Whether people want him to have them back or whether the military want to, I think that it will happen if he wants it, if he comes back. Because his grandmother is the one that will decide this, and I think this is her means of getting him back, I think. Would she have him back with Meghan? I think possibly, even though it's been said that Meghan is not to come back. But we also know that Meghan won't come back to the UK because she knows the sort of reception she'll get. So would it work with Harry coming back as a working royal and being a little like Andrew, separate or even divorced, but not really separate? Do they think that they can do this, do you think, Harry and Meghan? Most of the UK would not want him back under any of these terms. Why this is coming up in the news now is probably because he's having to make these decisions, now knowing that the Sandringham Summit finale is imminent, i.e. this March. I think a second baby would secure maybe Harry staying in the marriage and maybe living in separate countries. People do that. But would the Queen accept that? Meghan having a second baby, regardless of who's carrying it or whether it really exists, etc., is going to complicate things for any decisions that Harry makes. If he makes the break completely from her, which I don't think he will at this moment, I think she will be the one to divorce him, but I could be wrong. The truth about Archie and any second child would have to come out if they divorced. How could they leave all of that just up in the air? But then, they could, couldn't they? Just as they have for the past couple of years. So many unanswered questions. The royals have not really said anything much about Archie. A second alleged child would be pretty much the same, wouldn't it? Would be talked about occasionally, and Meghan would be humoured because no one would want to risk being wrong in any confrontation about this. There would probably be the odd hint, but nothing substantial. Maybe the odd Photoshop to keep the fans interested and happy, but basically the same old, and Meghan would be entitled to lots of child maintenance. Will she really be able to do this the second time? Those that have blindly believed everything they have put out there over the past couple of years would be probably in the minority. So how would Meghan play it this time? We know that she always exceeds our expectations in the totally tone-deaf things she does, so nothing is likely to change there. Harry, however, must have learned something from the last debacle. We remember him questioning Meghan and asking if she was really pregnant last time in public. We heard about the rows to do with whether she was really pregnant. Harry asking actually heard those very words in Australia. We have his disapproving looks when she announced the pregnancy to the family at Eugenie's wedding, and we have him pretending to put a cushion under his clothing to mimic Meghan when they were in Morocco. We have the Twitter comment put out by Kensington Palace, William and Catherine, in the early hours and subsequently removed. Meghan, I believe, will carry on regardless, doing exactly what she wants. Her friends have said that she doesn't think ahead in anything she does. So it sounds like she doesn't learn from her mistakes. Harry seems to be equally as bad as her regarding selfishness and thoughtless behaviour, and people have said as such, but I don't think he has quite the same mentality in as much as I think he would not behave in the same way regarding a possible second pregnancy, but who knows? I would think he would have enough common sense to realise that most of the general public would not tolerate a second sham. Many are hoping that he would want out of another farce. Because, let's face it, he was showing all the signs of wanting out of the first one. If it's true that he's not even with her now, and that the brown-eyed Harry is keeping Meghan's illusion going of being happily married, then she'll be playing happy families with the double, it seems. The whole thing is like a badly acted soap opera. Well, at least if she is now going to be doing Spotify podcasts, it will be perfect, because it will be a lot cheaper for her, as she will not have to worry about the visuals, and easy to get the right sound effects to give the illusion she wants. Even to let us think that it's Harry. Who knows, she might even let us in on the birth this time, via a Spotify podcast. Can you imagine this? Having been preparing food for her family during the second stage of her labour, I'm sure she will be giving us recipes in between the odd gritting of her teeth during her contractions. Can you imagine her doing her deep breaths in between preaching about childbirth and singing lullabies to Archie? Wow, gripping the furniture during contractions, which obviously will be longer and closer contractions than any woman in history, during her home birth, which will obviously be perfect in every way. Then we'll have brown-eyed Harry cheering her on in his mixed-up accent, and it will be a case of, "Bravo, bravo, Meghan, bravo, oh, I can see the head of a beautiful princess. Push, Meghan." Then we'll see photos of her looking as thin as anything, merching her clothes as usual. Who cares if it's summer or winter? She'll wear whatever she wants to merch, you know? Look at the most recent photo of her. Thick coat with a fur hood, mask, knitted hat, in weather which is nothing less than balmy. So she'll be doing this, having this baby on Spotify, and then voila, a new golden ticket, baby in tow, and, being a girl, perfect for matching little dresses and the name Diana. We will also have Harry playing the guitar beautifully, having learned from Bon Jovi really fast because Harry's just so clever, and serenading her while Meghan is miraculously able to sing whilst giving birth. Yes, with Spotify they can do all of this. It's quite terrifying, really. Let me have your thoughts and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Please subscribe, ding my bell for more alerts for more videos, like if you like the video, and share. Bye. I just want to say thank you to all of those that have really been so kind to me, and especially Shams. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye.